Hi, my YouTube nurses. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brianna. For those of you who have not yet met me, I am your nurse innovator and dream facilitator. Think of me as your career strategist / big sister. You'll get a nice, healthy mix of the two. And in this video, we're gonna talk about a strategy. When I say a strategy, I mean a hands-on, tangible, step-by-step strategy of how to find non-traditional and not typical non-traditional nursing jobs. I'm talking about the ones that align with your skill set or align with the vision that you have inside of your head of where you're trying to pivot next. And so this step is what I want you to take before you even start updating your resume. If you are a nurse and you're looking to land your first non-traditional nursing job, you're thinking about maybe a nursing job in leadership, in technology, healthcare technology, or maybe in administration, then this is your starting point. I want you to watch this video from the beginning all the way to the end, as well as leaving comments about how this strategy helped you or where you ran into trouble implementing this strategy. So let's talk about it. So today I'm walking you through the reflection and planning process, okay? Reflection and planning. This is going to help you get clear on where you're headed next so you don't waste as much time and energy or money on making the wrong move, time with applying to random job applications, or time guessing, right? We're trying to get rid of the guessing game and be very intentional in our strategy here. And this video is going to be a skills audit. You may have heard some common advice such as figure out what your transferable skills are. There are hard and there are soft skills. Yes, that's what this video is about. But we're not just talking about it on the surface level. We're gonna go a bit deeper and we're gonna utilize some tools to help us get deeper. That is also including ChatGPT. You don't have to use. I highly recommend it because it just helps to speed up the process. But if you want to take these steps manually and use pen and paper, you can do that as well. All right, so for our skills audit, I want you to create 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, you can write this down on your paper. You can pull out your computer, use Excel, use Microsoft to create a 3-column template, whatever you want to do. And in your first template, I want you to title that column Skills You Excel In. Or you can title the top of the sheet Skills Audit, and the first column can say Excel In. This column is going to be the skills that you're very good at, the skills that you already have. The next column is going to be weaker in. Here, we're going to list the skills that we're weaker in, that we need to work on, or others may be better at them than us. But we know that these skills that we're weaker in just don't measure up to the skills that we really excel in. This column is for skills that you want to strengthen. Some transferable communication skills are speaking effectively, writing concisely, listening attentively, expressing ideas, describing feelings. All that falls under communication. Some transferable skills within research and planning include creating ideas, identifying problems, imagining alternatives, gathering information, solving problems, setting goals. When it comes to your interpersonal skills, that includes developing rapport with coworkers and customers, being sensitive to others, listening, motivating others, counseling. When it comes to organization and management, that includes initiating new ideas, handling details, managing groups, teaching, counseling, coaching. There are all kinds of transferable skills that you can be thinking about as you word vomit some initial points in these first 3 columns. And this is just a reference that I use when I'm working with my clients. But in addition to that immediate bank of transferable skills, we're going to focus on not just some sort of generic terms or generic phrases to express a type of transferable skill. We're going to zone in on the transferable skills that likely correlate in the direction that you're heading and for the job that you are looking to land, your non-traditional nursing job. So you might be thinking, how? Because what if I don't know what non-traditional nursing job I want yet? It's like chicken before the egg. You know, I just have the bedside experience and I don't necessarily know what kind of transferable skills, let's say, a case manager needs or someone who is a chief executive officer. How do I find these things? Okay, there are a couple of ways that we can find it. Some of those ways include going to job boards, searching in the job title, looking at active job postings for non-traditional nursing jobs that you are drawn to, and reviewing the job description. That's a very easy way. Another way is actually talking to someone who you know is doing the thing that you want to do, right? That's a great resource when you get some one-on-one real world guidance or information, tangible evidence for what this non-traditional nursing job entails. Another way you can do this is by using YouTube and going and looking at day in the lives. All of those ways or resources are ways in which you can continue to complete this skills audit. However, the one resource and strategy that I want to talk about today is utilizing both ONET and ChatGPT. Let's talk about what ONET is. ONET is a free government-supported database developed by the U.S. Department of Labor that provides detailed information on job roles across industries. It includes data on required skills, tasks, tools, education, work environments, and more. It is a valuable tool for career planning, job searches, and skill audits. So using ONET online, you can search for terms like nurse case manager, healthcare administrator, project manager, nurse anesthetist, nurse educator, and ONET will either pull up that exact job title or something that aligns similar with it. And under each job, they will give you a long list of tasks associated with that job, work styles, activities that are done in that person's day-to-day life. And it is a bank of a plethora of skills. So ONET collects information related to American jobs, not just nursing, but any sector. And it is a much huger resource. It is a much huger resource than a skill bank because there you could see the average pay for that job as well in a state or a specific city or location or zip code. It goes down to the nitty-gritty, honestly, on a lot of things concerning specific jobs. But right now, this video is not necessarily to go into the depth of everything that ONET offers. It is the resource that I think would be a easy and quickly free accessible tool for you to update your skills audit. In addition to using ONET online, you can also use something like the American Nurses Association. And on this website at nursingworld.org, you can look at the scope of standards of practice for the specific non-traditional nursing job you may be drawn to. But here's the caveat with associations similar to the American Nurses Association, which is that specifically with their scope of standards of practice documents, these are actual books that are behind a paywall, and there are a lot of resources there that may not necessarily be free. But I think it's great for you to know that you can utilize nurses associations to really find nursing specific data, scopes of practice, and skill set to really do a true skills audit. And now here's what I want you to do. Choose 2 to 3 non-traditional nursing job titles, pull up the profiles in ONET, and save the profiles. Either save the profiles for each of those non-traditional nursing jobs, or you can do a manual skills audit by printing off the information related to the day-to-day activities of each non-traditional nursing job. If you're doing this manually, you can use something like a colored marker strategy where you highlight skills that you're very good in on those documents. You highlight the skills that you are weaker in a different color, and you use a different color, a third color, to highlight the skills that you need to strengthen. I say highlight the skills that you need to strengthen, whether you want to strengthen them or not, because this process is really a broad skills audit encompassing at least 2 to 3 non-traditional nursing jobs that we are looking to target. We want this skills audit to give us a big picture of where we are, what we need to work on, and maybe even the things that we need to get. But if we see things that says strengthen that we don't even like, we know that we can cross that out and see how it may or may not align with the other 1 or 2 non-traditional nursing jobs we may be targeting. So we're trying to strategize an entire plan here of our trajectory, not only for getting a picture of where we are with our skills, but also creating a document from which to work with when we are updating our resume and when we are targeting new positions.
So now I used my tablet and I highlighted from my tablet, and I highlighted every keyword in the 3 job descriptions I liked, every keyword that I wanted to be, every job title that stood out to me, every task that I've done or want to do, every technology skill I have or want to gain, every work activity I've done, want to do, with every section, everything to me that stood out that was important. And then after I did that for every job title, every ONET profile, I uploaded it into ChatGPT. And I told ChatGPT to extract every highlighted area in the PDF documents and create a skills bank. Create a summary of a skills bank from each of those job descriptions. And it created this awesome summary for me. So this is a summary of tools and softwares, of job titles and roles, a summary of skills and competencies, core activities. It put it together from all 3 of those job titles that I was looking at. Now, not only do we have a keyword bank, what you can do is now you can manually space them out yourself under what you excel in, what you need to strengthen, what you're weaker in, etc. Or you can let ChatGPT help you. But now we're going to ask ChatGPT to create a Boolean search. Create a unique Boolean search that includes these keywords to help me find jobs that nurses can work in, whether it has nurse in the title or not. You got to play around with ChatGPT in telling it how to create this Boolean search. But when it does create this Boolean search, you copy and paste this Boolean search into the different job boards and see what it pulls up for you. Because now our job search is very fine-tuned and it's very unique. Just note that this Boolean search does not work the same for ZipRecruiter as it does Google, because they are a little bit different with how many characters they accept in the search bar. So you just got to be patient with ChatGPT in fine-tuning it and see what it pulls up for you. It was very fruitful for me. Not only did it pull up jobs that I absolutely qualify for, I didn't need any extra degrees. I already have the skill sets. It was very good for me. There was also another category where it was like, I don't have this qualification, but I do meet these qualifications. I might just apply anyway. And then the third category was, cool jobs, really falls along the lines of like this job title or where I want to go, but I'm not there yet. I either need a specific degree or a set of years of experience. So that was good for jobs that I'm trying to get to. So the skills audit was very helpful for now and the future, right? And that's why we're doing a skills audit, and we're allowing this process to help us fine-tune our search. So I did my very best to try to make this video kind of short, but I'm trying to give you tangible, foundational bases from which to start off to make your search and your journey a little bit more targeted. Leave a comment in the description. Let me know if this was helpful at all, if you run into any trouble, and I will see you guys on the next video. All right, thanks so much. Bye.